Hello everybody, well done for completing chunk 7. You've got one more chunk left to go, and I'm going to read chunk 7 to you, and I've selected work from Marley in year 2, Oriane in year 1, Joshua in year 1, Nia in year 2, and Sophia in year 2 as well. So here is our chunk 7. There, shimmering in the sunset like a shining star, the lion had grown into an adult. Shaking his bushy mane in the breeze, there stood mighty Simba himself. "Simba, I'm a little surprised to see you alive," said Scar. "The choice is yours, Scar," growled Simba. "Either step down or fight." Through the thunder and lightning, Scar and the cruel hyenas forced Simba over the edge of Pride Rock. As lightning strikes, Simba is left dangling. "I killed Mufasa," whispered Scar into his ear. Simba pounced up. "Murderer!" he shouted. What a brilliant chunk 7. Our key stage Lion King adventure is coming on really well. We've just got one last chunk to go. And this is today's chunk. Chunk 8, the big fight. In this chunk, the lions defeat the hyenas and Simba defeats Scar. And Simba becomes king of Pride Rock finally. I've got 3 targets for you today. The first one is to use a simile. Now, a simile is where we compare something to something else to help create a vivid picture in your reader's mind, really helping to paint that picture and give that detail. Our second target has been a target that's reappeared a lot during our Lion King adventure, because it's really important to use speech in your stories, and so we've got speech again in our final chunk. Remember, starting with 66 and 99 to close your speech. And finally, a punctuation target. I would like you to use an exclamation mark to show that Simba is king again. Well done everybody, it's time to start writing our final chunk. So I've just started my paragraph, the sentence, "A fight breaks out," and that links quite nicely to Simba pounces up, and then in my chunk from today, "A fight breaks out." And our first target is to use a simile. And a simile is where we compare something to something else to help paint a picture in our reader's mind, to help convey the message that we want to the reader. So I'm going to jot down some ideas now for comparing the lions, and I want to use "as" to help me with my similes. So, as strong as oxes, for example. As strong as oxes, the lions defeat the hyenas. Or as tough as nails, maybe. As tough as nails, the lions beat the hyenas. Or maybe not strength, maybe we talk about their speed. So as quick as a flash, the lions overpower the hyenas and take back Pride Rock. So I've got some ideas now then. So a fight breaks out, and then my next sentence is as tough as nails. Be careful of the spelling tough if you decide to use that adjective, because it's got a tough spelling rule with the O-U-G-H. So as tough as nails. The lions, be careful with the spelling of lions. Hopefully by now we know how to spell lion. Now I'm going to go to my thinking side and think of some adverbs to describe how the lions beat the hyenas. I'm going to use an adverb ending with an ly, with ly. So for example, they bravely tackle the hyenas. Maybe valiantly, that's another way of saying bravely. If you're valiant, you're brave, aren't you? So the lions valiantly take over Pride Rock, valiantly. And another word is courageously. That's a tricky word to spell, but let me have a go. The lions courageously take over Pride Rock, and Simba claims his throne. Right, so that's given me some ideas then. So as tough as nails, the lions valiantly. And now I'm going to go over to my thinking side again, and this time I'm going to think of a verb to describe how the lions overcome the hyenas. I could do win. The lions win the hyenas. No, that doesn't sound right. We can't use win, can we? Beat would be a better option. The lions beat the hyenas. Because we don't win somebody, we beat somebody, don't we? Overpower is a nice word. So the lions overpower the hyenas. I wonder if there's anything else I can think of. We've got defeat is a nice word. So the lions defeat the hyenas. Well, there's some good ideas there. I'm going to continue my sentence with overpower. I think that was the verb that I enjoyed the most. So as tough as nails, the lions valiantly overpower the hyenas. Now I'm going to include some of Simba's speech. So starting with a 66, I'm going to, in the sky, to start our speech, I'm going to do run. Run away, Scar. I'm going to put a full stop actually after run. So run, full stop. Keeping it really short and really clear. Really impactful. Run. Run away, Scar. Run and never return. And then I'm going to close my speech with the 99 in the sky. Now instead of saying says or said Simba, I'm going to use orders Simba. Yeah, I think that will work. Orders Simba. And that reminds me of when Scar orders Simba to run away. So the story has completed almost a full circle here, as now it's Simba ordering Scar to run away. So now I'm going to write something like, after the fight, Simba was king, to show that he is now in charge of Pride Rock and he has defeated Scar. So on my thinking side, I'm going to put after a tricky fight, after a difficult fight, after a nasty fight. What other words can you think of to describe the fight that they had? After a fierce fight. I love the word fierce. I love the sound of that word. After a brutal fight, after a brutal battle, maybe the noun doesn't have to be fight. After a brutal battle, after a daring duel. That sounds quite nice too. The alliteration of daring duel. Let me just write that one down. Oh, I think I've written duel incorrectly there. It's D-U-E-L, isn't it? So, yeah, a daring duel. Can I get another one? Another idea? Maybe a scruffling scrap. I'm not sure where that's come from. Maybe I think it's actually scuffle, isn't it? A scuffle is a type of fight, so it would be a scuffling scrap, maybe from the word scuffle. However, I'm still not completely convinced about scuffling scrap. I think I might go for brutal battle, which also has alliteration. After a brutal battle, then I'll have a comma. After a brutal battle, comma, then I can continue my sentence. After a brutal battle, Scar is defeated. After a brutal battle, Scar is... What happens? He's left the hyenas, isn't he? So after a brutal battle, Scar is left to the hyenas. Or after a brutal battle, Scar is left to the mercy of the hyenas, who don't actually show him any mercy. But anyway, after a brutal battle, Scar is left to the mercy of the hyenas. I like that. And then I'm just going to have one sentence, and I'm going to use my target, a punctuation target, to get... I'm going to have an exclamation mark at the end of my final sentence, and it's going to be Simba is king. So let me see, let me have a get that. So Simba is king. Exclamation mark, and there we go. There's my final chunk 8. So I'm going to read over that final chunk then. So a fight breaks out. As tough as nails, the lions valiantly overpower the hyenas. Run! Run away, Scar! Run and never return, orders Simba. After a brutal battle, Scar is left to the mercy of the hyenas. Simba is king. Well done, everybody, for getting this far and putting 8 chunks together and recreating this magical story. You've done brilliantly, and I've been so impressed by your writing. You should be extremely proud. Make sure you read your writing to somebody, because we write for purpose. We need somebody to read our work. And so if you can read your work to a teddy bear, a family member, a friend, make sure you do, and read it feeling proud. Tomorrow I'll read our full story, our key stage story, with everybody's input all together, for you all to listen and enjoy. Well done, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.